Hey folks, Gamer here with a new episode of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. So last episode we left off with the volume way up. I'll leave it there, I'll adjust it in the editing, so I shall.
You're not getting through me.
Right, everyone attack that one. Omi, switch over to your crossbow. And this
say the word.
Oh shit.
That's it! You're mine! You're not getting through me. Death to our enemies!
I shall pause this because shit's not going too well. I am neglecting in all fairness, but even still.
That's how it's done!
Roll up 10!
Rock 10!
I'll let Margaret's fire.
Death to our enemies! That's it!
What? Following your lead. For Takar!
Hey, you're not getting through me. You're not getting through me. Of course.
I survived! Somehow.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Okay, so that doesn't take us anywhere new. Don't know why I said it like that, but okay. It doesn't take us anywhere new. So... I know there's fuckers up there. I've already been that side.
I shall be discreet.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah? You're not good.
Let's have it!
Lava will be on seek.
Just like an Edér to go down fast. Don't even slow it down. For Takar! There's a lesson to...
Okay.
be taught. Don't even slow it down. Oh, that boy needs to get...
clock. 10. You're mine. You better run.
There we go. Easy. Okay, you stand within what looks to be a ruined shrine. The moss-covered remnant of an ancient statue lies before you. Examine the statue. Only the broken legs and feet of the sculpture remain. Long grooves alongside it suggest that it could be moved. Near the base of the statue, discover a skull carved into the stone. Gotcha. Use a hammer and chisel. Go on then. Chip away at the base of the statue. By the time your arms are numb from the ringing hammer blows, you've scratched out a hole just wide enough to fit 3 fingers. Air whistles through the gap, but whatever's on the other side, you won't be able to dig your way through it. Push the statue. That's good here to push it. Doesn't budge. Raise your priority bar. Okay.
Here smells of blood and cowardly loathing.
Hey.
Light, flame, and sound. This isn't some nest for the quiet slaves skulking fur.
Okay, so let's presently avoid that like the plague. So I think our next bet would be for back to Kaidnoa, because quite frankly I need the rest and I have no camp supplies.
You could go for some shut-eye. I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
That'll be us, Edér. Let's see. So what's the story? We've 1,000 in funds. Six prestige and 8 security. Alright. Get the Bailey done. Three days. Settle up security. Alright, so what we need is a store.
I feel sorry for whoever has to clean up this place.
Still us, Edér. That'll be the warden's hut when it's done. That'll be one of the shops, another one, another one, another one. Chapel. Right then.
Following your lead.
Okay. I wonder if there's a north exit to here. Was the north exit that we went. Oh, here's a shop. So we'll we'll sell some of the items that we picked up from.
Gods keep you.
Just show me what you got for sale. Just kidding, I'm selling all this shit. Point keeping those stuff because they offer pretty much no benefit. Sell that as well. Oof, 10,500 for that. Looks cute as fuck though. Alright, people's inventory, what have you got? Okay, up to 400. Maybe we'll hire a new adventurer that's just for the sole purposes of stealing and everything.
Hey, pig! Hey, pig! Woo-hoo, pig! Look at him with his little tail.
Right then. Okay, this middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separating stringy, colourless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long, fibrous stems with a parent knife. Parent knife? Parent. Yeah. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. I was hoping to ask you some questions. Doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads from the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf, there's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. First glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before any longer, she's weaving. The vegetable pots are now missing. Still pays you no mind. Her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing. Like many of the townsfolk you've seen, there is a strange blur to her. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack colour, in a shape that lacks interest. Maybe that she is half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus. Focus, Stairs. Brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver, and wrapping around her hands. She's forming a sole cradle with the threads braiding a net in front of her, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. Silver and black strands of her hair weave together, with silver predominating as a highlight, the black shadowing out. And suddenly you are calm. You're on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath the clear sky, and beneath the plateau, surrounded in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist. Although whether it is actual mist, or distance, or recollection. Resting in the curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. The plateau is soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different, not disembodied, but you feel your body, your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. and you hear a soft series of chimes like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains colour and texture as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You're on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it. Glistening in the sun, you can feel the heat of your skin, your wrists, and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly moving along the first movements of Barth's wheel. Your hands are wet. Your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head turning in your grip, its head slick wet from the womb. The hands you're wearing and inhabiting have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the woman emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb, helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's laboured breathing crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. This is pretty graphic. I'll say that, but you know what I mean. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth, and coax by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion. Weaving, moving along the length of a soft wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You're holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. That's a lot of before yous. Child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing of chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul. But it is there, it is alive, the woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from the cords in your wrists. And where once they echoed in the memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. Chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions, and the experience. The woman laughs with a ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labour have left her exhausted. Child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, recede from the memory. I need a drink after that. Drink of tea, I mean. With effort, the scene bleeds of colour, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well. They are hanging from woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of the chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back to the real world. Oh, Jesus. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. Gee, that's flattering. As she lifts her head to face you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize that you see is not what the world sees, and you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense a threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she is glad to at last be seen. What was that?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
I thought I was going to be getting away from reading for a bit. There's a light touch in your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch. Reaching up to the air between you, you hear the chime, on her wrist sound softly, and her hands move as if pantomiming the rest. Pantomiming resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. The cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
Right, so I could say I encountered a Biowick, yes, and it did something to me. Or I can say we were attacked in the woods as we were on our way to the Gilded Veil. Or be cautious what you read in my mind without my leave, and what happened between us and the platoon memory we shared. I'll say I encountered a Biowick. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chimes sounding softly once again. The woman stands uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt. Yet, while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift. A watcher's gift.
Was I helping a woman give birth? I was in your head and hers.
So many questions, thoughts, whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There is a silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and then you realize she wants to ask you a question. You can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there simply are not enough pieces. Assemble the thought, do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly, her expression does not change. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. I don't know why I changed my tone.
I would walk with you, see through your eyes, Watcher, and feel your footfalls echoed in my thoughts. Perhaps together we can make sense of what is broken within and without.
Shebang. So what is she? She's a Cipher. The fuck is a Cipher? Eye Strike, Mind Wave, Whisper of Treason, Mind Blades, Phantom Foes, and Recall Agony. So that must be her focus. Okay. So she must get focused through combat.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
There we go. Anywho, I think I'll call the episode there. And yeah. So we got a new party member of Grieving Mother. Maybe we'll be able to learn her real
Your
name.
mind comes bearing questions, Watcher.
How is it no one can see you?
Their eyes see me, but their minds will not remember past the call.
Call?
My face is like the call of a newborn, hiding the face beneath. And for my body, I am able to wrap myself as a mother cradling her child. I am here, as you see me, but to them, their eyes see only the cloak that I wear, a peasant mother, dirty, shabby, not worth knowing. As a watcher, you see more than others. To the eyes of most, I am as unseen as the spirits you share memories with.
How are you able to affect minds? Now I have to read this bit too. I divert the flow of their senses down a different path to a place easily forgotten. It's not unwelcome when one does not desire the presence of others. Surface of their minds register a figure, but the memory slips away. They see a woman, but there is no desire for conversation, no desire for any questions, and I have none to ask. Interesting. So yes, I shall call the episode there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Subscribe for more. Check out any other videos on my channel as you like, or even on other people. Yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But yes, again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.